Offsec, the makers of the OSCP and all the other offensive security certs that you may have heard about, was recently acquired by Leeds Equity Partners. Now, some people saw this coming. Heath Adams over on LinkedIn, when Offsec announced the changes to the OSCP, namely making it the OSCP Plus, he made a LinkedIn post saying, look, I don't know for sure, but it seems as if they're doing a lot of things to prepare for an acquisition. And a lot of people, at least on Discord, were like, hey, Heath doesn't know what he's talking about. He's totally offline here. And sure enough, they have been acquired. In this video, I want to talk about this, give you my initial thoughts, maybe misspell some rumors or dispel some rumors rather, and see what this might mean for the future of Offsec certs, the OSCP in particular. So here this is, Leeds Equity Partners acquires Offsec, and we can dive into a little bit of this. It says Leeds Equity Partners. Now, you can let me know in the comments of the video if I'm wrong here, but my understanding of Leeds Equity Partners, when I was looking at their portfolio, I think that's the proper term for these equity groups, they don't have any other cybersecurity companies or certification companies. It's all like K-12 stuff. So I don't really know if Offsec's a good fit, but hey, I guess if the money speaks, you let the money speak. But they announced today that it has acquired Offsec, the company, the leading provider of continuous cybersecurity workforce development, training, and professional education, blah, 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 from Spectrum Equity. Here's the other big thing that I think people have missed. They didn't just buy Offsec from Offsec. Offsec was already owned by an equity group. So it seems like these are just some of the big equity groups with way more money than you and I, just kind of passing money and companies back and forth. But it's not like Offsec was run on its own and then it was purchased by an equity group. No. It was purchased by Spectrum Equity, I think back in 2018. I remember reading a blog post saying, hey, this is our new partnership. So they were purchased by Spectrum Equity back in 2018, and now Spectrum Equity has sold Offsec to Leeds Equity Partners, but these aren't the organizations actually managing the day-to-day operations in Offsec. So as far as I know, the leadership team stayed the same, the content engineers stay the same, all the people are staying the same, at least on staff at Offsec. It goes on to provide a little more information here. It's been saying the standard, blah, 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 just your typical marketing, branding language. I don't know why they didn't mention my rap song, my love song about Offsec, but I'll let that slide. In their next PR, they should probably mention that. But the acquisition of Offsec builds upon Lead Equity's deep experience in investment track record and vertical training and professional development. I honestly don't even know what that means. Vertical training, does that mean like privilege escalating my training? Am I getting a new cert? Maybe that's what it means. And professional development, they have this cool little quote right here. If we scroll through here, it says they have a long-standing track record of successfully partnering with providers of specialized training and education, including a strong expertise with the cybersecurity sector. Maybe I'm just missing it, but I just don't see that with Leeds Equity. But once again, maybe I'm missing something in their portfolio. But for me, I don't see a strong domain expertise within the cybersecurity sector. But look, Offsec maybe sees something I don't, or maybe Offsec themselves didn't have a choice in the matter and they have to make the best of it. But they have purchased Offsec. And there's been a few questions of people asking, what does this mean for me? Well, first of all, it probably doesn't mean much for you at all. Even if they're going to make some major changes to Offsec, it's likely not going to happen in the next year. It's going to be a gradual change and some gradual changes that we are going to see. But I believe the OSCP Plus change was likely preparing for this acquisition, and we might see more of that moving forward. Now, I made a video all about the OSCP Plus, and you can find that on my YouTube channel. So did Tiberius, who wasn't even aware he was in the Offsec blog, but he is, and I am as well. But we made these videos about the OSCP Plus, and my thoughts on that is that it was generally a positive change that Offsec was making. But I think we're going to see more of that, and not just with the Plus thing. The cool thing about the Plus is if you sit for the OSCP right now and pass it, you have the OSCP Plus for 3 years. If you don't do the CPE or renew it, you just lose the Plus and it becomes a regular OSCP. Well, they recently announced a different certification called the OSTH right here, and the OSTH is a foundational threat hunting exam, but it's a 200 course, so it's actually the same price as the OSCP. But here's the thing, this cert expires after 3 years. There is no plus that you're able to maintain or get. It just expires. The only way to maintain the OSTH, this new cert, is to do their CPE program, which I don't think Offsec has even fully announced, or take one of the higher level certs that will then renew this certification. Now, I believe all of the new certs that Offsec is going to release are probably going to fall into this pattern, that they're going to expire after 3 years and follow kind of the lead of CompTIA and ISC Squared and some of those other organizations. And to be honest, that just kind of sucks. Like, regardless of how you feel about cert renewals, what I really liked about Offsec is when you got certs like the OSCP, it was lifetime, and all their 200 certs are lifetime. Their upper level certs are lifetime. They were one of the few companies still holding out the lifetime certs, but the OSTH is not lifetime. And I'm going to guess that all the new certs that come out are not going to be lifetime, and they're going to use the CPE renewals and these different requirements to build up more money, because that's what a business does. They're focused on profit at the end of the day. The reason Hack Smarter would make a terrible business is I don't make any profit. I lose profit by giving money away and giving certs away, but I don't run a business and I'm not Offsec. The other question people have asked is, hey, will this make the OSCP cheaper? And I'm going to say no. Cheaper and Offsec generally don't go together, right? The whole joke is you don't try harder, you pay harder. And I'm afraid that's probably still going to be the case. Even without the acquisition, Offsec raises their prices every single year. Back when I passed the OSCP in 2022, I believe it was $1,500 for 90 days of access. I think last I checked it's $1,600 or $1,700 now. So if you're waiting to take the OSCP, my encouragement to you is take it now. Stop waiting, sign up for the course, and knock it out now, because the longer you wait, the more money it's going to cost you in the long run. So overall, I think people are maybe freaking out a little too much about the acquisition, but honestly, time will tell. I do think we see these major changes coming to Offsec as far as certs expiring and cert renewal requirements, but I don't foresee Offsec going away in the near future. People have compared them to like Broadcom when they bought VMware. I don't think it's going to be that bad, but really not a fan of Offsec either way, and I think a lot of their practices are predatory, and I don't like the pay harder mentality. The other thought is they might be trying to compete with the SANS certification, so rather than selling to individuals, switching to a B2B model or business to business model and being able to charge more money to businesses that way in order for the employees to get their certs. Honestly, I don't know. But at the end of the day, the purpose of an equity company is to make a profit, to make money, and then possibly maybe to resell Offsec in a few years to another equity company. I have no idea. But here's the thing. I would love to hear from you guys. So for those of you with more experience with equity or just businesses in general and business practices, I want to know what you think. Let me know in the comments of the video if you think this is a good idea about Offsec or a bad idea of Offsec. Let me know in the comments how you think this will affect the certifications, including the OSCP in particular and future certs. Do you think all future certs are going to be expiring and you have to renew, or do you think they'll bring back the plus for some of those future certs? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you, but thank you guys for watching. One final thing, if you do not have a community to study with, I want to introduce you to the Hack Smarter community. I'll drop a link to this in my Discord, but we have study groups for the OSCP as well as the other major certs. If you go to hacksmarter.org, here is our website, and if you just cat out discord.text, you can see our Discord invite link there for the Hack Smarter community. We have weekly study groups for the OSCP, for TCM certs. We have a weekly goals meetings for everyone. It's an awesome community. So if you're not part of a community, come join. Nothing's behind a paywall. Everything's free as a way of giving back to the community. But join Discord, tag me. Would love to hear from you. And hey, I will see you guys in the next one.